They'll run on first down. Taylor, and he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, second and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
On second down now, it's Taylor. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
On 3rd and 1, Jackson. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And he goes out right around the 39. It goes as a gain of 9, and it moves the chains.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, you can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
On second and 11 now, Jackson. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's third down.
It's a gain of a yard, and it's third down.
So a 3rd and 10, and defensively, a dime look, 6 DBs. From the gun, Jackson. And he fires one, but incomplete. Not the opening possession they were looking for, especially on the road.
No doubt about it, because they wanted to come out and establish a little momentum right away. But now bringing up a 4th down, an empty possession, not what they were seeking.
And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away.
The Titans take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Mariota and the Titans break the huddle, 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
They run. This is Lewis. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd.
Here we go.
Throwing, Mariota. And that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right? Yeah,
exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
The good kick, 48 yards, 4 on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Check 45 to Mike. Check 45 to Mike. Let's get on.
Jackson on first down. They'll rifle this one deep right side. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Derrick Henry. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Boy, you go 3 and out on your first drive, and that's not the way you want to start this drive either. Doesn't seem like they're really into it just yet.
No, first 4 plays, you don't want to call it a disaster, but not looking very sharp. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Mariota gives to Henry. Rumbling past the 30. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Derrick Henry, 81 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point put through by Succop. And it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Jackson. He gets this into the hands of Taylor. It'll be a gain of 4, and it'll be 3rd and 10.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down. Throwing now, Jackson on first down. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Taylor. A gain of 2 there on the heels of a 1-yard pickup on first.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing, and I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. He finds Taylor, complete. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. That gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs.
First down, Ravens.
Jackson now rebounding nicely after the interception. He's hit 4 straight to start the drive. It's first down. Jackson from the shotgun. He's going to rifle one deep left side. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Ronald Darby that time, the one who got a hand in and knocked it free.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Jackson now on 2nd and 10. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Andrews. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. Jackson and the offense come up 1st and 10. And he's 5 for 6 now throwing the ball on this drive.
Check three. No, check. Hustle. Go. Motion. 45's the mic. I got it. Off. Hey, watch it.
Jackson will throw again. Dancing to his left. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Able to find a lot of empty space there. Picking up the first down and a 21-yard gain. First red zone chance now for the Ravens. It's 1st and 10 from the 12. Now a give to Taylor. He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. On 2nd and 7, Jackson to the end zone, but it's incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Mark Andrews there. 3rd down here.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
Now this drive, they're 2 for 2 on 3rd down conversions, but they need 7 yards here. From the gun, it's Jackson. Incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
It's now 3rd and 10.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
One. 3rd and 10.
3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. And from the shotgun. It's Mariota. And he's got a man, Corey Davis. First down, Titans, gain of 12.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game. They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll run with Henry, and he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Stop your whining.
On third down, Henry. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. That's a first down pickup for Tennessee on a gain of 10. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. From the 44, Mariota. He's going to loft one. Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. A big play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Titans are able to extend their lead. Extra point up and good by Suckup. And that pushes the lead up to 11. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. From the gun, Jackson. Got a man on the right sideline. It's Black. A gain of 28 yards there and give them a first down. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Come on, boy. Come on, boy. You better be ready. Don't be scared of it.
Here's Jackson to throw. And an alley to run. And avoids the contact by sliding. I thought they were going to sack him there like they did on first down. Great coverage, but he found a way to move with his legs.
Yeah, his ability to take off, not only did he get some yardage back, he got a little bit extra. Really helps him on third down, makes it manageable now.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Andrews. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Jackson. Operating from the gun. Flushed out right. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. To try again after the sack. Jackson. He rifles one that's intercepted. P.J. Williams with a pick. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. He's got Smith here. And he finally is out of bounds, but he's down inside the 20-yard line. A big play there just before halftime. 42 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down.
Check, crouch. One.
Mariota to throw it. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Mariota steps away to his left. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
Play fake to Henry. Now Mariota. Complete. Smith has it. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through, and they will stretch the lead now to 17-3. Well, what do you think? Maybe a little disappointment there. They had a pretty nice drive going at the end of the half, and they have to settle for 3.
No, definitely a little bit of disappointment there because when you kick a short field goal, you shake your head a little bit like, could we have done a little bit more? Could we have gotten one more shot to try and get 6? But with what little time was left on the clock, I think it was a smart play.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff?
And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Titans hold the lead, and they'll get the football first as the 3rd quarter gets underway. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Henry relishing the chance to be the Titans' lead dog. He's in the backfield again on 1st and 10. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line.
53 is the mic. Here we go.
On second down, here's Henry. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 13.
Brings up 3rd and 13.
Third and long here for Mariota. He'll let this go for the end zone. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. A big play there with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Titans are able to extend their lead. Extra point put through by Succop. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Amani Hooker. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line.
The Titans take over 1st and 10 at their own 49-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They built up that lead at intermission. And they're just continuing to pour it on right now, aren't they?
Locked into a really good groove right now. I don't know if it's just the play calling. I know the execution is really, really sharp right now, and all the playmakers are doing exactly what you expect. They're making plays, and right now, defense has no answer and no chance of catching up.
Yeah, they're just looking to turn anywhere for a stop defensively. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. And once again, they stop him behind the line. Great job by this Ravens defense. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Mariota from the gun on 3rd down. And they get to Mariota here as he's dropped on the sack. That's their first time getting to the quarterback, sack number 1. And, you know, they had 5 last week, I'm remembering.
And you have to find a way to slow down the pass rush, not necessarily with just protecting your quarterback, but to show them a lot of different looks. And they did that in the first half, you know, different angles, different things to slow down the speed. They got to him here in the second half. Now they've got to come up with a counter to that and maybe do something different.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
Check curls, check curls, check curls.
On 2nd and 12, Jackson. And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. The sack by Harold Landry, the former Boston College Eagle.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line.
The Titans take over 1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
A first down carry for Henry. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 18.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll run it again with Henry. And he'll get this down only to the 18. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. On the read option, it's Mariota. He may try and run for this. And the tackle made at the 13. He is well short of the first. Give him 5 on the QB run, but it's going to bring up a 4th down. And Suckup will put this one right through, and that will extend the lead out to 24. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Their own 23-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
So they had the big loss on that first down pass play. And facing a 2nd and long. Throwing is Jackson. And he slings one that's incomplete. Hollywood Brown, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. And an alley to run. And a nice job there defensively to contain him and get him to the ground a few yards short of the first down marker. Able to pick up a dozen yards there on the scramble, but not enough. 4th down. And look at this. It's a fake. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. So what a call there. They get 9 on the fake punt and a first down. So they snap it straight to the up man. What's his responsibility? Normally, obviously, just to protect, but he's got to be a guy that can be pretty agile too, right?
Yeah, without a doubt, because you're talking about a guy, even in protection, he may have to slide up and down the line of scrimmage to pick up someone who comes through trying to block a punt. So you know he's got that ability to move, but oftentimes it's a running back.
And he's going to lose yardage here, as they will switch ends as time has run out on this 3rd quarter of play. Back now in Nashville. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Here's Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. There to knock that one away was the safety, Amani Hooker. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Now it's Jackson. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18. Jackson now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Again, Jackson. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Ronald Darby. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Tackle made there by Tony Jefferson. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Again, it's Henry. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the Ravens' 43-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
You gonna see me in your nightmares, son.
And the busy night for Henry continues. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow him down.
And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. A.J. Brown, his 1st touchdown of the new season as his guys continue to pour it on. Extra point up and good by Suckup, and that will extend this big lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson. And this is incomplete. Adoree Jackson right there, step for step in coverage. The Ravens on 3rd down. Not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 10. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The Ravens on 3rd down. Not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 10. Now Jackson, and that will be incomplete. Kevin King, the former Washington Husky, there defensively. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Now flags come in. I think one of the Ravens got going a little early. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down.
31's the mic.
They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Jalen Mills. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
They'll try to run for the first with Henry, and he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture is now they've got a 1st and 10. After the penalty, it's Henry. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. This will be caught by Brown. An 11-yard pickup for the Titans and a 1st down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. And they will take a knee here.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the 15-yard line.
Set! Where are they, team? 36. Hey, let's pin the mirrors back and go full strength.
And they'll indeed take a knee.
A loss of a yard. It's now 3rd and 13.
Two running plays go backwards, so what's the call on 3rd and 13 now? So this one, a Tennessee Titan victory, and it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second